Light shed on what may have led to that massive bushfire in Coral Harbor. New tonight, investigators say glass bottles suspected as the cause. But first, trading insults. A fiery parliamentary debate erupts over the $290 million hospital project in New Providence. This as residents express fierce opposition in a contentious town hall meeting. And new revelations in that two-day dolphin rescue mission. Details of the dramatic rescue from Balmoral Island. We'll tell you the collaborative effort for safe haven at Dolphin Key. Then in our news at 7:30, another fire comes into focus, this one on Grand Bahama. Fire crews battle the inferno near Ruby Swiss restaurant. Social media videos capture the intensity. Our news live at 7 starts right now. Welcome to our news live at 7. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Candino Knowles. The Davis administration facing heated pushback from members of several Western New Providence communities who are against the government's plan to construct a new multi-million-dollar hospital off New Providence Highway. At a packed town hall meeting at Stapleton School last night, many rejected the proposal. The project will be funded through a nearly $300 million concessional loan for 20 years from China Export-Import Bank with an interest rate of 2%. Health Minister Dr. Michael Darville said the facility will be a women's and children's hospital and include a national morgue. But residents in the area say they are concerned about traffic, noise, pollution, and property values.
For everybody that lives in the area, if you don't leave your house by 7:45 in the morning, you are late. The noise, the sirens and everything else going to be making, every time a truck drives along that, everybody in the neighborhood hears it. So if we add ambulances to the mix, it's going to make it even worse.
And those residents, they had a whole lot more to say on the issue. We've got their fierce opposition coming up in our news at 7:30 with Italia Hall. And a war of words in Parliament, trading insults, in fact, over government's plan to construct that $290 million hospital. While former Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis says government's plan is murky and unclear, the health minister saying the former administration had no plan. Berthany McDermott has this story.
The member for Kalani is in a different world.
So sorry. I am so sorry. I hope you're still acting like you breached.
It was a war of words as parliamentarians debated a resolution to approve 1.35 acres of land to the owners of the Medi Center to construct a health facility in Abaco. But the debate took a turn when former Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis criticized the government's $290 million deal for a new hospital to be funded by the China Export-Import Bank. Dr. Minnis said the PLP was desperate to find financing for the facility, saying they should have continued with plans his administration left in place.
Had they continued with our plans, that facility would have been finished from April of last year.
But Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Michael Darville has a different tale. In defending the government's plan, Darville said the former administration had no plans.
On coming to office, we did an analysis of the financing with the Ministry of Finance and realized, yes, some financing was in the country, but the financing was tied up with small and medium-sized business.
The new facility will be built on 50 acres of land. The Davis administration is eyeing a September groundbreaking for the facility, with the bank to fully fund its construction via a 20-year loan at an interest rate of 2%. Dr. Minnis also hit out at the financier.
The truth is that the Chinese will be calling all the big shots on this project, and any Bahamian workers and perhaps a few small local subcontractors will be window dressing.
Dr. Darville, however, quickly hit back that while Chinese concessional loan funding is usually tied in with a Chinese contractor, construction will include Bahamian labor. Dr. Minnis is also calling on the Davis administration to reveal the details of the agreement with the China Export-Import Bank and is hitting out at the location where the new hospital will be constructed.
The PLP plans, Madam Speaker, are murky and unclear.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Berthany McDermott.
And now to that bushfire that we've been following for the past 2 days that wreaked havoc in Western New Providence. For more than 48 hours, we're told it's been extinguished by firefighters, But questions loom about what caused the fire. Investigators say they suspect it was discarded glass bottle. Joshua Williams was back at the scene. He spoke with the fire chief about what they've uncovered so far.
Fire officials now finding a possible source for the Coral Harbor wildfire that's impacted residents and businesses in the area since Monday. And it's something you may have not expected.
These bottles, persons driving along the Coral Harbor Road and just throwing bottles out of their car windows into the bushes. These bottles can, once they are broken, the sun heats them up, and thus they act as magnifying glass, and they will ignite a number of fires in the area. So that probably is the number one reason that we have so much of these bushfires in these areas.
Wildfires have also been burning for about 2 weeks on Abaco, and there was a blaze reported in Grand Bahama overnight.
Oh my goodness, it's just a wildfire?
Officials say the dry season is also playing a role in the recent fires.
We haven't had much rain, and there's still no rain really on the forecast. The rain helps us with fighting the fire, because once the rain comes, now they're able to assist. But because of the dry period, that is the reason why we're having so much of these fires.
The Coral Harbor blaze, first reported on Monday, caused air traffic control services to be suspended at the airport due to low visibility, along with an emergency power shutdown of several Western New Providence communities. And now the fire has been put out.
Thus far, we noticed that all of the major flames that were burning there, and since subsided. If you look to the rear of me, you can see that we just have smoke pockets, and that is straight across on both the western and the eastern side of Coral Harbor Road.
Now, while the blaze is mostly burnt out, police are still encouraging residents to exercise extreme caution.
Please, if you see any flames or anything threatening, don't hesitate to call 911 or 919 and notify us. I also want to caution persons traversing the Coral Harbor Road, even though the smoke isn't as dense as it was yesterday and the day before, please be careful while doing that.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Joshua Williams.
All right, thanks so much for that, Josh. We've got a whole lot more to get to tonight, but for now, it's time for your first look at temperatures. Meteorologist Greg Thompson is standing by in the Weather Center. And Greg, I know we're following several fires. We've got those wildfires over in Abaco. There's another in Grand Bahama at Ruby Swiss near that very popular restaurant. Obviously, good news to see that fire here in Coral Harbor being extinguished, but should we be concerned about what we're seeing weather-wise and how that could possibly impact?
Yes, we should be concerned because we are still in a dry period. We have a front that's coming through, but that most of the activity will stay across the extreme northern islands. We might get a couple of isolated showers here. I see a thunderstorm just to the east of us.
Sure, but I know there's hope for rain on Thursday, possibly, and I know residents in Coral Harbor were hoping and praying for that.
Yeah, but we actually, I'm going to take a line from the officer. Discarded bottles and that stuff, we got to do something about that because that poses a real problem, especially during this time where we see bright sunshine. But the temperatures are still warm, and as I said, we're going to see a couple of isolated small showers, but most of the activity to the north, 82 degrees and mostly cloudy skies. South winds at 10 miles per hour, your feels-like temperature, it's still warm and humid, 86 degrees. Temperatures around the islands right now, 83 in Freeport, Marsh Harbor, Abaco, and in Allenstown, Bimini. Nichols, San Andres, you guys are 83 as well. Great Harbor Key, 84. 82 in Governor's Harbor. Into the Central Bahamas, very warm temperatures, 85 in Kemps Bay. Georgetown, 82. 79 in Cooper Thompson, Salvador. A pair of 81s, Arthurstown, Cat Island, Deadman's Key. And into the Southeast Bahamas, 82 Duncan Town, Rygat Island, Abrahams Bay. Pick up 81s in Acklands and Crooked Island, Colonel Hill and Delectable Bay. Providenciales, 84. And deep south, Matthew Town, Inagua, you guys are 84 at this hour. Sideline radar composite, this is what we are waiting for. Line of showers associated with the frontal boundary, some prefrontal stuff moving across the Grand Bahama and the Abacos earlier today that prompted some severe thunderstorm warnings. And you notice this one little spot just to the east of New Providence. That's a thunderstorm out there that's moving towards the east. So we got a couple of light showers out of that, but this front is going to side towards the south. It should start falling apart by tonight, but tomorrow we expect the main body of the front to get into the northwest Bahamas. So we are praying for some showers out of this. Could see 1 or 2 thunderstorms as well. That's your first look at weather. Stick with us to look at your extended forecast.
Thanks, Greg. And still to come on Our News, the Agriculture Minister unveils details of that recent 5 dolphin rescue. This, a social media outcry, spurs swift action. We'll tell you the complex legal history and the collaborative effort for safe haven. And a medical marijuana milestone as the health minister proposes comprehensive legislation to establish the local cannabis industry. We'll explain how the proposed bills aim to regulate and strengthen healthcare systems when Our News returns.
A whole new season of Goombay Kids is coming soon. The kids find themselves on more exciting island adventures, meeting mythical characters, pirates, and mermaids as they explore their beautiful island nation. The Goombay Kids learn all about nutrition, marine life, the environment, cultures from around the world, and more, all with the help of the Goombay Kid experts, who are never more than a Goombay gadget away. Get ready to have a Goombay adventure.
If you thought Season 1 was amazing, then be prepared for Season 2. More amazing artists, more amazing videos, and surprises you won't believe. Will Stax be the first rapper to ever hit #1? Or will Kenya continue her dominant reign? Or will someone new come and shut it all down? Stay tuned for Season 2 of 242 The Gospel.
So you said you're here for Sally's funeral? How do you know Sally?
He was my rock and my anchor.
Yeah, he was a good man.
He most certainly was not. Watch what you say about Sully. Who is this child?
Your sisters. I'm asking you to do a few things for me. Once they are done, you will both receive your inheritance. The Paradise Hotel.
When can I sell? Is this what the hotel is really worth?
Don't take this the wrong way. It isn't really much of a hotel.
This is 242 The Gospel, where we celebrate our Bohemian artists. You've been asking for more, and we're here to deliver. Welcome to the second season of 242 The Gospel. Who will be #1? Let's find out.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home healthcare supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price, and you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you, at the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-177.
Agriculture Minister Jomo Campbell sharing more details about the rescue of 5 dolphins from Balmoral Island. The rescue coming after a viral social media post ignited local and international calls for the dolphins' rescue after they were reportedly left abandoned and dying at the facility. The minister calling the case extremely convoluted, saying it was complicated by a long history of legal battles and the facility being in and out of operation. In a statement, the minister saying the rescue operation all took place within weeks of the matter being brought to the ministry's attention by President of Re-Earth Bahamas, Sam Duncombe. The collaborative team of the Ministry and Department of Marine Resources, as well as the Royal Bahamas Defense Force, the Port Department, and Atlantis, rescued the 5 dolphins between May 9th and 10th. The dolphins, we are told, are now at Atlantis Animal Care Facility, Dolphin Key. Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Michael Darville tabling a compendium of bills that will establish medical marijuana industry in the Bahamas. The Cannabis Bill 2023 establishes the Bahamas Cannabis Authority. That's the body that is expected to oversee cannabis regulations and introduce a control system. The compendium also including the Dangerous Drugs Amendment Bill, Health Professions Amendment Bill, the Hospitals and Healthcare Facilities Regulation, and the Pharmacy Amendment Bill. Dr. Darville stressing the importance.
The introduction of the medical cannabis bills come from a place of listening, a response to the cries of those who have been waiting for years for unanswered questions. We have consulted widely, engaging with experts and community leaders to ensure our approach is balanced and informed. The Rastafarian community, The medical professionals, law enforcement, religious groups have all proven or provided invaluable insights that have helped to shape this bill that I am presenting today.
And Dr. Darville explaining that the new authority will ensure the safe production of cannabis. He said, as for licensing, it'll be structured to prioritize Bahamian ownership that will eventually foster local entrepreneurship and benefits for Bahamians across the country.
The journey to this moment has indeed been humbling for me and many of us in the forefront. It has been a journey of learning, understanding, recognizing the potential healing effects and relief that is with medical cannabis and what it brings. It has reinforced my belief that our role in the healthcare system is not just to treat symptoms, but to touch lives, to understand the human experience behind each case, and to act with empathy and courage.
When our news comes back from the break, we turn our spotlight to stories making headlines across the world.
Now he's acting like he wants to debate me again. Well, make my day, pal.
Joe Biden and Donald Trump agreed to 2 presidential debates ahead of the U.S. general elections. Plus, the shooting of the Slovakian prime minister sends shockwaves across Europe. This as authorities arrest the suspected assassin. And how Haitians are reselling fuel to make a living amid violence. The story when our news returns.
Goombay Kids is coming soon. The kids find themselves on more exciting island adventures, meeting mythical characters, pirates, and mermaids as they explore their beautiful island nation. The Goombay Kids learn all about nutrition, marine life, the environment, cultures from around the world, and more, all with the help of the Goombay Kid experts, who are never more than a Goombay gadget away. Get ready to have a Goombay adventure.
If you thought season 1 was amazing, then be prepared for season 2. More amazing artists, more amazing videos, and surprises you won't believe. Will Stax be the first rapper to ever hit #1? Or will Kenya continue her dominant reign? Or will someone new come and shut it all down? Stay tuned for season 2 of 242 The Gospel.
So you said you're here for Sully's funeral? How do you know Sully?
He was my rock and my anchor.
Yeah, he was a good man.
He most certainly was not. Watch what you say about Sully. Who is this child?
Your sisters. I'm asking you to do a few things for me. Once they are done, you will both receive your inheritance. The Paradise Hotel.
When can I sell? Is this what the hotel is really worth?
Don't take this the wrong way. It isn't really much of a hotel.
This is 242 The Gospel, where we celebrate our Bahamian artists. You've been asking for more, and they're here to deliver. Welcome to the second season of 242 The Gospel. Who will be #1? Let's find out.
Are you or a loved one under medical care?
This is our news. Welcome back. We turn our attention now to stories making headlines across the world. United States President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump have agreed to 2 campaign debates, the first on June 27th by CNN, the second on September 10th by ABC. The swift agreement bypasses the nonpartisan commission's fall debates, which Biden has opted out of. Trump, in a social media post, says he eagerly accepts the challenge. CNN's debate will be in Atlanta without an audience and more details pending.
Donald Trump lost 2 debates to me in 2020. And since then, he hadn't shown up for debate. Now he's acting like he wants to debate me again. Well, make my day, pal. I'll even do it twice. So let's pick the dates, Donald. I hear you're free on Wednesdays.
Slovakian Prime Minister Robert Fico was wounded in the abdomen following a government meeting on Wednesday, as reported by Slovakian media. Shots were heard by a Reuters witness after the meeting in Handlova, northeast of Bratislava. Police say they swiftly apprehended a suspect and emergency services dispatched a helicopter for the injured PM. His shooting sending shockwaves across Europe just weeks before EU Parliament elections. Leaders from all sides condemning the apparent assassination attempt, calling it an attack on democracy. Slovak President Zuzana Kaputova denounced the violence, urging an end to hateful rhetoric. And as rising crime and poverty grips Haitian households, many turning to the resale of fuel as a means of survival. Reuters reports that in Cape Haitian, gas stations have limited operating hours, leading to reported fuel shortages. Haiti's recent surge in gang violence, particularly since February, has paralyzed Port-au-Prince's maritime and air connections. Gang alliances, armed with weapons reportedly trafficked from the United States, have tightened their grip. According to recent data from the United Nations Integrated Office, in Haiti, over 2,500 people were killed or injured from January through March, marking a 53% increase from the previous 3 months. Still to come in our news, today in history, find out interesting facts about the day that was May 15th. Then in our news at 7:30, the Davis administration's multi-million-dollar hospital plan sparks outcry in Western New Providence communities. Residents expressed fierce opposition at a town hall meeting last night. Plus, the wildfire in Coral Harbor finally quelled. We'll tell you the relief for the community as firefighters say they've successfully tamed the raging blaze. When our news returns.
A whole new season of Goombay Kids is coming soon. The kids find themselves on more exciting island adventures, meeting mythical characters, pirates, and mermaids as they explore their beautiful island nation. The Goombay Kids learn all about nutrition, marine life, the environment, cultures from around the world, and more, all with the help of the Goombay Kid experts, who are never more than a Goombay gadget away. Get ready to have a Goombay adventure.
If you thought Season 1 was amazing, then be prepared for Season 2. More amazing artists, more amazing videos, and surprises you won't believe. Will Stocks be the first rapper to ever hit #1? Or will Kenya continue her dominant reign? Or will someone new come and shut it all down? Stay tuned for Season 2 of 242 The Gospel.
So you said you're here for Sully's funeral? How do you know Sully?
He was my rock and my anchor.
Yeah, he was a good man.
He most certainly was not. Watch what you say about Sully. Who is this child?
Your sisters. I'm asking you to do a few things for me. Once they are done, you will both receive your inheritance. The Paradise Hotel.
When can I sell? Is this what the hotel is really worth?
Don't take this the wrong way. It isn't really much of a hotel.
This is 242 The Gospel, where we celebrate our Bohemian artists. You've been asking for more and they're here to deliver. Welcome to the second season of 242 The Gospel. Who will be #1? Let's find out.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home healthcare supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price, and you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you, at the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
Welcome back to our news. It's time now to turn our spotlight on events that shaped the day that was May 15th. Take a look. On this day in Bahamian history in 1973, the Bahamas Independence Bill was read for the second time in the British House of Commons. British Minister of State for Foreign and Commonwealth Affairs Robert Lindsay introduced the bill, highlighting Britain's historical connection to the Bahamas and the country's request for independence. The Bahamian House of Assembly and Senate had previously passed a resolution on November 2nd, 1972, requesting the independence while expressing the desire to remain a monarchy within the Commonwealth. Then in 2012, former radio talk show host Christina Chrissy Love Thompson spoke about her abrupt dismissal from the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas, accusing the Progressive Liberal Party of victimization and sexism. Despite the corporation claiming the separation was mutual, Thompson insisted there was nothing mutual about it, alleging a suppression of freedom of speech.
I don't understand what the statement from the Broadcasting Corporation means, because it was not mutual at all. And I don't understand, right after election, if my contract is going to end in 11 weeks, why fire me unceremoniously? Yes, I'm outspoken. Yes, I have my opinions. Yes, I have my biases, like any talk show host. But I just would like to know what's going on.
And in 2019, a dispute rose in the House of Assembly between then Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis and opposition leader Philip Davis over the decision to place 8 senior members of the Royal Bahamas Police Force on leave. Davis accused the Minnis administration of politicizing the police force, while Minnis argued the force was too top-heavy, blaming the former Christie Davis administration.
No. Don't present view. You present the view. Honorable member. Present the facts. Which is more important. A view for the facts. Honorable member. The facts is it's top-heavy. And it's top-heavy as a result of you. The evidence are here. Listen, you are a lawyer. Which is more important in court? The rule of facts or the rule of opinion? Do you want me to give you the list of others you could have let go and send home to like that? Because you were selective in the process. You were selective in the process. You were selective. You don't have to give me a list. You were selective. Give me a list. But if ever, and you never will, sit in this chair, if ever and you never will, then you can look up the list yourself.
Former Prime Minister Perry Christie, reflecting on the life of Loftus Roker, a political colleague he's known for more than half a century. The former Prime Minister says he met Roker as a young man when he joined the National Committee for Positive Actions in the late 1950s. He says they would later go on to both serve in 2 consecutive Progressive Liberal Party cabinets together.
He was very objective. He was very certain about his views. One didn't have to ask how he thought about an issue, because if you were associated with him, if you were in a cabinet with him, his views were pronounced and firm and really unyielding in many instances, uncompromising in many instances, but always, I believe, motivated by the greater interests of our country.
Roker, the former Minister of National Security, a cabinet minister serving in many other positions, died in hospital on Monday. He was 88. In a statement, Prime Minister Philip Davis said Roker was a distinguished statesman and an advocate for justice and security. Free National Movement leader Michael Pintard called him a Bahamian patriot. But the former Prime Minister says Roker left behind a legacy like none other, adding politicians of today and those to come should aspire to be like Roker.
When someone can say, let the life I have led speak for me, and let the works that I have done and the service I have given speak for me, it means that I stand on my record in public life, on my record as a Bahamian citizen, on my record as a husband, and when you can do that, right, you are an exemplar in a very special way.
All right, and we are still certainly following that story, and we'll have more on the life and legacy of Loftus Roker coming up over the next few weeks. May his soul rest in peace. That's going to do it for us in News at 7. Joining us now is Italia Hall. She's got the latest headlines. Italia?
All right, thanks so much, Ken. Well, residents expressed fierce opposition to a new hospital plan, plus the wildfire in Coral Harbor finally extinguished. Here are your latest headlines. First tonight on Our News Live at 7:30, some residents against the proposed $290 million hospital set for New Providence. We have their candid comments from a town hall meeting held on Tuesday evening. The health minister is also responding to the backlash. We have his full comments straight ahead. Plus, Grand Bahama recording its second murder for the year. The victim, a young man out on bail. And later, fire crews battling a massive blaze in Grand Bahama overnight. We have the details when Our News Live at 7:30 returns.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home healthcare supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price. And you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you, at the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
Inti Corporation is on the move, day by day, panel by panel. Our commitment to sustainable energy becomes more real. With each milestone, Inti redefines what is possible. Not only are the Lucayas solar power projects on the island of Grand Bahama growing in scale, they are setting a new standard for energy independence in the Bahamas. These state-of-the-art solar farms at the Fairfield and Devon sites, once completed, will harness the power of the sun to generate 9.5 megawatts of clean, sustainable energy. Inti is on the move as a beacon of progress and innovation that is rapidly transforming our energy landscape. Witness the future of sustainable energy unfolding on the island of Grand Bahama as Inti Corporation shines brighter than ever. Inti Corporation, powering your world, powering your future.
Bahamas Power and Light Company Limited looks forward to helping our customers eliminate wasted energy. Energy conservation is the decision and practice of using less energy. Energy efficiency means using less energy to perform the same task, unplugging appliances not in use. That's energy conservation. Replacing an old refrigerator, washing machine with a new model, adding insulation to the attic and walls of a home. That's energy efficiency. People conserve to gain more control over their energy bill and to reduce demand on the Earth's natural resources. Take this journey with us as we build for better. BPL.
You've seen electric cars on the road, but isn't it time you drive one? Easy Car Sales invites you to experience the smooth, powerful ride and immerse yourself in the luxury and latest tech features. Find out why the Bahamas is going electric. Visit easy242.com and book your test drive now. What are you waiting for? Save money, drive smarter.
Welcome to Our News. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Atalia Hall. The Davis administration facing heated pushback from members of several Western New Providence communities who are against government's plan to construct a new multi-million-dollar hospital off New Providence Highway. It would border several communities in the area, including the West Grove. Our team was at a town hall meeting at the Stapleton School last night where those residents sounded off.
For everybody that lives in the area, if you don't leave your house by 7:45 in the morning, you are late. The noise, the sirens and everything else going to be making. So if we add ambulances to the mix, it's going to make it even worse.
That's how one Stapleton resident feels about the proposed hospital for Western New Providence. Other concerns expressed at the packed town hall meeting were traffic noise, pollution, and property values. The hospital will be funded through a nearly $300 million concessional 20-year loan from China Export-Import Bank with an interest rate of 2%. At last night's meeting at the Stapleton School, Health Minister Dr. Michael Darville said the facility will be a women's and children's hospital and include a national morgue. Its proposed location is on 50 acres of land east of New Providence Highway. Residents in nearby communities aren't pleased.
When this hospital comes now, the sirens and the traffic, how are we going to deal with that? How is my property going to increase with all of that noise pollution?
Dr. Gemma Roll, president of the Medical Association of the Bahamas, is a longtime resident of the area. She, too, has concerns about the project.
How will this facility be staffed when we are challenged with staffing PMH now? 7 years ago, I was able to scope a dozen patients, maybe weekly. Now, myself and the 2 other gastroenterologists in the system are only able to scope every 3rd week. The reason is because we lack anesthesia staff and we lack nursing staff.
Christian Sawyer, a 20-year resident of the West Grove, says while he supports the efforts to build a new hospital, he questions the health ministry on the details of the loan.
I would like to know, in any of your studies, what is the rate of taxation that was given in any of the studies by any of the financial experts to show the support, upkeep, maintenance, and most importantly, repayment of the $290 million plus interest for this facility?
Sir Dr. Michael Darville says he believes last night's town hall meeting went well. This despite residents in Western New Providence rejecting the idea of a new multi-million-dollar hospital. When probed by reporters outside the House of Assembly this morning, Dr. Darville had this response to the backlash.
Whether the hospital would impact their price of their property, speaking about the construction aspect of it and the traffic and the noises associated with EMT vehicles. These are normal questions and reasonable questions by the residents. We are taking all the questions, we're analyzing them. We have another town hall meeting on the 16th where more residents will have an opportunity to speak. But the Bahamas is a tight place, and when you're talking about bringing a tertiary healthcare facility, there's very few places you could go. There's very few places where you could find 50 acres of crown land, and the list goes on and on.
Considering all the objections, Darville was asked if his ministry intends to look for other possible locations.
We have looked at 4 to 5 locations, and the more you look at the locations, the more you realize that anywhere you go close to any neighborhood, there will always be concerns. The ministry has done a tremendous amount of work, and we have finally gotten concession loan funding. The concession loan funding is not going to stay around forever. It's either we move on it, money goes elsewhere. They don't wait for no one, and so we have to go and continue the consultation.
Well, Grand Bahama recording its 2nd murder for the year. This as an unidentified man who appears to be in his 30s was found in the Lucaya area. Here's what we know from police. Officers were alerted around 9 this morning by construction workers as a body was found at a home under construction on Bronze Drive. Officer in charge of the Criminal Investigation Department in Grand Bahama, Chief Superintendent Daryl Ware, shares details of what police found once they arrived on the scene.
Officers responded with a male clad in a black short pants, multicolored shape, with apparent gunshot wounds about the body. He was also fitted with an electronic monitoring device, and we appealing to the general public who may have a loved one lost to contact your nearest police station or dial 911 or the Criminal Investigation Department at 350-3106. It is a construction safe active at this time. Like I said, the workers, when they came, they met this body and they quickly alerted the police, and we responded as quick as we can.
The chief superintendent confirms the victim is out on bail and police are in contact with the ankle monitoring company. He's also calling on the public for their help in this investigation.
The first one that occurred, that's since being closed. The person responsible for that is currently incarcerated, and we will do our best to try to bring closure to this matter. The Grand Bahama community normally assists us greatly with our investigation, and we are reaching out to them again with any information they may have to come forward and give it us so we can bring a closure to this matter as speedy as possible.
Now turning to the Capitol, police seizing 13 pistols, 2 high-powered weapons, and a large quantity of drugs after searching a home on Sandilands Village Road. Police tells us they saw a man driving dangerously around 10:30 this morning. A search of the man revealed multiple arrest warrants, a search of his home resulting in the mega fine. Now, police could not give the weight or street value of the drugs, but investigations are underway. Well, hot temperatures in the capital on this Wednesday. Meteorologist Greg Thompson is live in the Weather Center with your first look at weather. Greg, I think we got a shower or two.
We had one, but those air conditioners are working.
Yeah, sure.
BPL is definitely getting some income. It is very hot out there. We expect these temperatures to continue for another couple of days as we are under a heat dome. Basically over the Gulf of Mexico, and that's going to be moving across us. There's a front ahead of that dome that's moving into the northwest Bahamas with some showers and some clouds. Outside the studios, though, we have mostly cloudy skies. Temperature 82. South winds at 10 miles per hour. Your field side temperature very humid and warm 86. Satellite radar composite showing that disturbance across central Florida. The front is actually right across central Florida. This is some prefrontal activity that moved into the extreme northwest Bahamas, prompting the Department of Meteorology to issue some severe thunderstorm warning. One is still in place right now for Grand Bahama. We will continue to monitor the system as it drags towards the southeast. So we're looking for some showers tonight across the northern islands. Hopefully we'll get some of that down here in the capital by tomorrow as that front sags into our area. That's a quick check on conditions around the islands. Stick with us to look at your extended forecast.
Still to come on our news, Grand Bahama also battling a wildfire on Tuesday night. Plus, the massive fire in western New Providence extinguished by fire crews. We have more details straight ahead. And later, can these massive fires affect people mentally? Our Marlena Leonard speaks with a therapist on the topic when our news continues.
A whole new season of Goombay Kids is coming soon. The kids find themselves on more exciting island adventures, meeting mythical characters, pirates, and mermaids as they explore their beautiful island nation. The Goombay Kids learn all about nutrition, marine life, the environment, cultures from around the world, and more, all with the help of the Goombay Kid experts, who are never more than a Goombay gadget away. Get ready to have a Goombay adventure.
If you thought Season 1 was amazing, then be prepared for Season 2. More amazing artists, more amazing videos, and surprises you won't believe. Will Stax be the first rapper to ever hit #1? Or will Kenya continue her dominant reign? Or will someone new come and shut it all down? Stay tuned for Season 2 of 242 The Gospel.
So you said you're here for Sully's funeral? How do you know Sully?
He was my rock and my anchor.
Yeah, he was a good man.
He most certainly was not.
Watch what you say about Sully. Who is this child?
Your sisters. I'm asking you to do a few things for me. Once they are done, you will both receive your inheritance. The Paradise Hotel.
When can I sell? Is this what the hotel is really worth?
Don't take this the wrong way. It isn't really much of a hotel.
This is 242 The Gospel, where we celebrate our Bahamian artists. You've been asking for more, and we're here to deliver. Welcome to the second season of 242 The Gospel. Who will be #1? Let's find out.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home healthcare supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price, and you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you, at the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
Fire crews battling a massive fire on Grand Bahama overnight. This video that's gonna appear on the screen soon made its rounds on social media, showing a brush fire in the city of Freeport directly behind the well-known Ruby Swiss restaurant. When our news team visited the scene this morning, the fire had subsided. While the blaze did not impact power operations on the island, Grand Bahama power crews could be seen hard at work installing new electricity poles, as it appears as if some of the old poles were damaged by the fire. And the bushfire that wreaked havoc in western New Providence for more than 48 hours has been extinguished by firefighters. The Coral Harbor blaze, first reported on Monday, caused air traffic control services to be suspended at the airport due to low visibility, along with an emergency power shutdown of several western New Providence communities. Now, fire investigators say they believe they know what caused the massive blaze.
These bottles, persons driving along the Coral Harbor Road and just throwing bottles out of their car windows into the bushes. These bottles can, once they are broken, the sun heats them up, and that's they act as magnifying glass, and they will ignite a number of fires in the area. So That probably is the number one reason that we have so much of these bushfires in these areas.
Well, 4 islands have had to fight forest fires for over the past month. And while we've covered the firefighting efforts tonight, our Marlena Leonard speaks with a therapist about another impact of these fires, the mental health effects. Let's take a look.
In the past 4 weeks, Andros, Abaco, New Providence, and Grand Bahama have all battled blazes, some fires raging simultaneously. Many residents fear we don't have the firefighting resources and manpower, especially in the Family Islands, to tackle the fires. Therapist and counselor at Family Wellness Center in Grand Bahama, Jessica Russell, tells us that feeling of helplessness can compound the emotional strain on residents. And even if their own property is not destroyed, the evidence of the blaze can be distressing.
There's a new term sort of going about the ecological grief that sort of comes with mourning the changes in your environment.
Russell's advice for parents includes allowing kids to ask questions about the fire and monitoring the kinds of videos of the fires their children are seeing. Another thing she says may help both you and your children.
Absolutely, an emergency plan would be great. You could reassure them. The plan would be reassuring for you and for them. You could reassure them that you've done the necessary research, talk to the authorities on sort of what to do. You know, mom and dad have a plan. We're going to keep you safe.
But there's another element to the anxiety that can rise up for many, as we saw in the members of the Bahamas Fishing Association, whose lobster traps were threatened by the Coral Harbor bushfire.
A lot of people might have gone to bed recently not sure if they would have a job in the morning, that if the building would even be there, or if the equipment would be functioning, that sort of thing, and that can have a big impact on you as well.
Russell says in times like these, it's important for you to monitor the patterns in yourself and your loved ones to recognize if there's any change or if you need to ask for help.
See how their behavior might be changing, how they might be coping. Are they eating the same, sleeping the same? Some kids might have nightmares. You might have nightmares. So to sort of keep abreast of any changes in you or your loved ones that might be some cause for concern.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Marlena Leonard.
Coming up in sports, JJ and the Liberty begin the path back to the WNBA Finals, and a Bahamian football prospect commits to a D1 program.
Plus extremely hot temperatures in the capital, but we may see a shower or two before the end of the work week. Greg is back with your extended forecast right after this quick break. Stay with us.
For Sully's funeral? How do you know Sully? He was my rock and my anchor.
Yeah, he was a good man.
He most certainly was not.
Watch what you say about Sully. Who is this child?
Your sisters. I'm asking you to do a few things for me. Once they are done, you will both receive your inheritance. The Paradise Hotel.
When can I sell? Is this what the hotel is really worth?
Don't take this the wrong way. It isn't really much of a hotel.
This is 242 The Gospel, where we celebrate our Bahamian artists. You've been asking for more, and they're here to deliver. Welcome to the second season of 242 The Gospel. Who will be number one? Let's find out.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home healthcare supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price, and you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you, at the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
Inti Corporation is on the move, day by day, panel by panel. Our commitment to sustainable energy becomes more real. With each milestone, Inti redefines what is possible. Not only are the Lucayas solar power projects on the island of Grand Bahama growing in scale, they are setting a new standard for energy independence in the Bahamas. These state-of-the-art solar farms at the Fairfield and Devon sites, once completed, will harness the power of the sun to generate 9.5 megawatts of clean, sustainable energy. INTI is on the move as a beacon of progress and innovation that is rapidly transforming our energy landscape. Witness the future of sustainable energy unfolding on the island of Grand Bahama as INTI Corporation shines brighter than ever. INTI Corporation, powering your world, powering your future.
This is Our News. Welcome back. A dominant night for Jonquil Jones, who leads her New York Liberty team to a win in the WNBA season opener. Here now with Our Sports, presented by 10th Year Seniors, is Ronaldo Dorset.
Thanks, Natalia, and welcome to Our Sports, presented by 10th Year Seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. Let's do show. In 2023, the New York Liberty opened the season with an upset loss to the Washington Mystics and concluded the year with a loss in the WNBA Finals. They began the 2024 season last night with a win over the Mystics and hope to end the season with a win in the WNBA Finals. Jonquil Jones finished with a game-high 25 points and 8 rebounds to lead the Liberty to an 85-80 win over the Mystics last night at the Entertainment and Sports Arena in Washington, D.C. Jones shot 10 for 17 from the field, 4 for 8 from three-point range in 33 minutes on the floor. It wasn't just the final score, but even Jones' performance was in stark contrast from the 2023 season opener when she scored just 5 points in limited minutes. Last night, she opened with 12 points in the first half alone to set the tone for the Liberty. Jones was the only New York starter to complete a full season overseas in the WNBA offseason after her all-star stint in China. She took that momentum directly into Game 1.
I just had to go straight from Toronto into training camp and then into games and preseason games and all that stuff. So it was tough at first. My body kind of felt really tired, but then it kind of kicked in and had a little bit of rest and different stuff like that. And now I'm just kind of hitting the ground running.
After a quick start, the Liberty fell behind by 3 points at the half and 8 points headed into the fourth quarter. They regained the lead when they opened the final frame on a 16-4 run. Jones converted a 3-point play with 5:20 remaining to give New York a 75-71 lead, which they maintained the rest of the way for the win. Up next for the Liberty, they traveled to Indianapolis to face Aaliyah Boston, Caitlin Clark, and the Indiana Fever Thursday night at 7 p.m. Corey Moss has made a successful transition to the United States and to the gridiron. Now he looks to make another transition from prep football to Division I. Moss announced his commitment to the Miami of Ohio Redhawks in the Mid-American Conference for the class of 2025. A 5'11 defensive back with a 4.3 40-yard time, he chose the Redhawks over other offers from Coastal Carolina, the University of Pennsylvania, and Kent State. He said he chose the Redhawks based on the relationship with the coaching staff, most notably defensive backs coach Robert Blanton. Moss added that Blanton outlined their plan for him at the program and made him feel like family headed into 2025. Moss was previously a student at Queens College before he made the move to Rabun Gap in Georgia to conclude his high school career. Several Bahamian student athletes were awarded for a productive weekend at their respective outdoor track and field conference championships. Wanya McCoy and Anthea Charlton were named second-team All-SEC for their performances at the SEC Champs in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. McCoy reached the Olympic qualifying standard in the 200 and won silver in 19.93 seconds. It was also this season's number 2 time in NCAA Division I and the number 4 time in Gator history. McCoy then doubled up to win silver in the 100 meters in 10.02 seconds. Charlton's meet was highlighted by a silver in the long jump with a leap of 6.59 meters. Ohio State's Sean Miller Jr. was named second-team All-Big Ten. At his conference championships in Ann Arbor, Michigan, he won silver in the high jump with the season's best leap of 2.17 meters. That'll do it for Our Sports, presented by 10th Year Seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. Back to the studio.
Still ahead on Our News tonight, lovely weather conditions across the islands today. Craig is back with more weather details right after this break.
If life was
A whole new season of Goombay Kids is coming soon. The kids find themselves on more exciting island adventures, meeting mythical characters, pirates, and mermaids as they explore their beautiful island nation. The Goombay Kids learn all about nutrition, marine life, the environment, cultures from around the world, and more, all with the help of the Goombay Kid experts, who are never more than a Goombay gadget away. Get ready to have a Goombay adventure.
If you thought Season 1 was amazing, then be prepared for Season 2. More amazing artists, more amazing videos, and surprises you won't believe. Will Stax be the first rapper to ever hit #1? Or will Kenya continue her dominant reign? Or will someone new come and shut it all down? Stay tuned for Season 2 of 242 The Gospel.
So you said you're here for Sully's funeral?
How do you know Sully? He was my rock and my anchor.
Yeah, he was a good man.
He most certainly was not. Watch what you say about Sully. Who is this child?
Your sisters. I'm asking you to do a few things for me. Once they are done, you will both receive your inheritance. The Paradise Hotel.
When can I sell? Is this what the hotel is really worth?
Don't take this the wrong way. It isn't really much of a hotel.
This is 242 The Gospel, where we celebrate our Bahamian artists. You've been asking for more, and we're here to deliver. Welcome to the second season of 242 The Gospel. Who will be number one? Let's find out.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical
Welcome back to our news. Cloudy conditions in the capital on this Wednesday, the midweek mark. Greg is back in the Weather Center with your extended forecast. Greg.
Yeah, thanks again, Natalia. Welcome back, everybody. We had a thunderstorm actually outside our studio right now. We got quite a bit of rainfall on the outside. That's all courtesy of an unstable air mass that's moving across us associated with a front. The front is actually across Central Florida, but there's some prefrontal activity that's moving across the Grand Bahama as well as the Abacos and the Bimini area. All of that will side towards the south, so we're looking for some more shower activity tonight. We had some severe thunderstorm warnings prompted by the this weather system moving across the Department of Meteorology issuing that early this afternoon, and I think one warning is still going on till about 8 o'clock, so we'll continue to monitor that. This system will side towards the south. It's going to fall apart, but we are anticipating some showers and likely to get some here in the capital as well. But high pressure will build once again behind that, and we are going to return to those very warm temperatures. So we are asking you, residents and you visitors, if you plan on being on the outdoors, limit your outdoor activity. Try to drink lots of liquids, especially water. We want you to drink the water. And make sure you wear some rather loose clothing with this heat dome that's going to be across us. Future forecast showing the moisture associated with the front, dropping it in the northwest Bahamas. As I said, it's going to fall apart, but we have that second boundary coming through by tomorrow, and then by Friday, most of the activity will be pulling out into the open Atlantic, and we return to the high pressure system dominating our weather into the balance of the week and into the weekend. Boating forecast, much improved across the area, exception being inside those showers and thunderstorms. Winds will be southwest to west at 10 to 15 knots in the northwest Bahamas. Sea is 2 to 4 feet. Low tide is at 8:52 tonight. The high tide taking place at 3:07 in the morning. For the central and southeast Bahamas, the southeast and southerly flow at 10 to 15 knots expected. Wave heights will be running 2 to 4 feet over open waters. Here's a look now at your national forecast. In your extended forecast, showers will remain the forecast Thursday. Precipitation chances up to about 78. We get a clearing on Friday. Then we get another little disturbance moving through on Saturday, so we could see some more showers with that. And then we go back to humid and warm conditions. 88s, 87s, mid to upper 80s, near 90-degree mark. Those feels like temperature will be in the triple digits, so we are asking you to exercise caution. Nighttime temperatures will be very warm, mid to upper 70s, so look like the AC is going to be working for the next couple of days. That's a look at our weather. Back to you, Tyler.
All right, thanks so much, Greg, and thank you for joining us for our news tonight on behalf of the entire team. I'm Natalia Hall. We'll see you tomorrow night. Have a great evening.